Last time on Call Cuts.
I can't see the future, but I am an optimist.
Are you also a realist?
My boys, we need...
And then we made some short notice videos and forgot about any sort of continuity. No.
My boys, Nintendo has been on a roll these last 8 years. The games we've gotten during the Switch's life have been some of the most innovative, genre-defining experiences in gaming and Yoshi's Crafted World. But I have a problem with the Switch, and it's in no relation to the games at all. Nah, I got beef with the actual system itself because it's boring as hell. The Switch just has no sauce. It doesn't feel like it has anywhere near the personality of previous Nintendo systems. The sales have been amazing. The games have been amazing-er, but god damn, the ball was dropped when it comes to style and customization. When the Switch first launched, I didn't care or even think that these things were an issue. I mean, it was the first hybrid console on the market. All the personality was in that fact. But it's been about 8 years, and now everyone and their grandmother makes portable hybrid systems, so Nintendo, you gotta do more to stand out, because why does the 3DS have a Breath of the Wild theme and not the Switch? Why is there even a theme tab in the settings if the only two options are dark mode and flashbang? The Switch lacks things that previous systems had, and for what reason? There's so many little things that aren't even issues, but when you pile up a bunch of little things, it becomes a big thing. Let me start with the UI. It sucks. First up, why are we still using friend codes? The Wii U had usernames. Adding someone on Switch feels like a chore, and when I do add someone, I feel like it doesn't matter. I mean, cool, I can see what they're playing, but other than that, what's the point of a friends list on the Switch? It's fine when you already have IRL friends, because you can just tell them to join your Mario Kart lobby, but if you meet a cool player online, say you have a really fun game with a random person and you add them after, you can't really do anything with that. You can't send them messages or contact them in any way, other than hoping that they're online when you're online and are going to accept your invitation when you send it. It's more like an acquaintance list. Other than that, I already touched on how the lack of themes and customization on the home screen is just stupid. But what's even more stupid is the eShop. Literally, it's so slow. Nintendo, you cannot give me the Wii Shop in 2006 and then this in 2017. Yeah, the Wii Shop may have paused scrolling for the page to load, but it never felt laggy to browse that thing. It was buttery smooth. And it had personality. I mean, we all know how hard the Wii Shop theme bangs.
Super Mario RPG, Sonic the Hedgehog, Donkey Kong 3, Adventures of Lolo 1 and 2, King's Knight, Dig Dug, Juman Fu, Harvest Moon.
The eShop is such a blunder, not just because it doesn't have a little jingle theme, but because it actually is horrible to navigate. Trying to browse the eShop for a potential new game is a nightmare. It is filled to the brim with shovelware and this. I can only imagine what parents might think when their kid comes up to them saying, this one, I want to play this one. It is the most laggy and janky digital store that I have ever used. It is so bad that I, a man who prefers digital games, switched to buying physical just because I hate using the eShop that much. I don't care for what reasons things are the way they are on the UI side for the Switch. All I care about is for the Switch 2, I need that sauce. I need usernames, messaging systems, home themes, a competent eShop, preferably with a little jingle, but I'll take whatever works. Now, the UI isn't my main gripe with the Switch. No, if anything, what I'll be bitching about in the retirement home as the nurse listens to my incoherent ramblings is with the Switch itself. This thing is boring. The N64, GameCube, and Wii all had color variants. Sure, they were pretty basic and a handful of options, nothing too crazy, but the base Switch doesn't have any. I mean, sure, you can say that the Joy-Cons are means of personalization for the Switch, but come on now, those are the controllers. The system itself is just black plastic. The Switch is a hybrid. It took Nintendo's handheld and their home consoles and united them into one. So why is like the best part of the DS absent? The Switch has no color variants, and the DS had countless. There were so many colors and editions of DS and 3DS that it felt like when you were out in public, no one had the same one as you. Think about it like this. If you lost your DS and it got put in the lost and found with a bunch of other DSs, you could probably make out which one is yours. But if you apply that same approach to the Switch, you're out of luck. How are you supposed to tell which one is yours? Now, I'm aware of the special edition Switches, which is my next point. The Switch special editions suck. They are the lamest thing ever. How did we go from getting some of the coolest DS designs ever? I'm talking these things had lumps and bumps. The DS line genuinely has some of what I think are the best special edition systems ever made. You got the NES and the SNES, the Galaxy Purple, Pikachu with nipples. And now, when a special edition Switch comes out, it's usually designed around a game, which that's cool if I'm a fan of Diablo or Splatoon, and I can get a system themed around a game I love. But by means of physical appearance, they don't do much. They are all still just black plastic consoles, but now you get black decals on the system too, which I never understood. A special edition should feel special. Adding black decals on the back of a black system is the bare minimum. And what's even funnier is that they aren't even high quality. I saw some poor sack of shit try to clean his Tears of the Kingdom Switch OLED with rubbing alcohol and the decals just came off. If the special edition's decals were colored, maybe I wouldn't hate them as much. But they actually did make colored decals for the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet OLED, and it just looks like a gnome threw up. The special editions usually come with unique Joy-Cons and a dock, which is very cool, but why do you put all of the design into the dock, the thing that I'm going to leave at home and will probably be behind my TV? Why not put that design into the actual system itself? You know, the thing you want me to take with me everywhere. I just don't get why the system itself doesn't have any color variants. Why can't there be a baby blue Switch or a GameCube orange Switch? I never understood why the OLED's theme is white, the Joy-Cons are white, the dock is white, but not the system itself. Like, come on, it could have been a neat way to make the OLED stand out more. The only Switch models that add color to the system itself have been 2 Mario editions that we got. One for the base model and one for the OLED. And they look sick. Like, I want those, but not because I like Mario, just because I want a red Switch. It's not like there's no personality in the Switch special editions. I appreciate the cool docks and the Joy-Cons we get, but like, I just want the actual system to have color variants, like literally every Nintendo system before that. Which is why I will say, big props to the Switch Lite, because damn! That thing has the sauce. When the Lite was announced, I thought they were peak Switch design. I still do. The Lite is what the base model should be doing. Have your standard black system, but give me yellow and blue options at launch. And as time goes on, give me more like the Coral and GameCube purple options. The Switch Lite has actually been my go-to Switch to play on. I have my base model docked at all times, but when I'm going out, I take the Lite with me. It being one slab just makes it so you don't have to worry about the Joy-Con OC getting all loose and wiggly, which is a very common thing among older Switches. And my Switch Lite is just so cool. The color options make up all the difference for me. They make the Switch look fun, and more importantly, feel fun. My boys, like I said, these are all non-issues, very small issues. But when you take a bunch of little issues like this, they pile up and make a big one. At least for me, I just wanted to rant about this. Because I'm pretty nervous going into the Switch 2, because the Switch 1 did just fine without the base models having color options or personality-filled UI. It did 140 million units of just fine, which really makes me wonder if Nintendo just won't think that it's necessary to have standout console variants and full-of-life menus. But what do you think? If you agree with me that Nintendo's level of personality in their hardware isn't anywhere near the sauce they used to have, go yell at me in the comments. And if you think everything's fine and you just have a strong distaste for an animated sausage talking about what's on his mind, well, go yell at me in the comments. But as always, take care of yourselves.